Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third-party review. I've been a little bit absent of late, lots of work going on with the university and getting my professional practice in, working with studios, etc. But we are back, we're taking a look at Bingo Toys BT-02 Windgirl, aka a third-party interpretation of Windblade, the feminine favourite from some of the recent Transformer franchises. I would just like to bring to your attention that this video is brought to you by the team over at Shozi in conjunction with their up and coming November sale. Check out this big banner that we've been given to place on the video. If you tuned in this sort of time last year, you know the deal with their sales. The sales are incredibly great value. You earn extra points if you're a member of the site. Honestly, cannot recommend Shozi enough. Cracking team, amazing aftercare, top store. Now, without further ado, taking a quick look around the box, we've got Windblade in her jet form, and then on the top there we've got some QR codes if you wish to scan them. They take you through to the transformation as well. Transformations are pretty straightforward and they're very good videos. Let's just see what's inside the package. Oh, there we go. There is the very beautiful and very back heavy Windblade. I'll cover the issues I have shortly, but just kind of getting it stood like that, you can kind of see where some of these issues are going to lie. Yeah, let's pop her to the back.
A few moments later.
Right, we're there at the back of the shot there. We've got a stand done in this translucent pink. These sections just tab in. We get two of these. They just literally tab in, and we've got this moving section which locks into these slots and prevents it from moving any further. And if we look at Windblade coming around to the back there, she has that section, so we can just tab that in. I mean, we're going to have to use the stands at some point because as gorgeous as she looks, and I mean she really does look sensational, doesn't she, with all of her knifey wings. Just slide in and lock and tab. She is a very kind of back heavy character, and we don't have ankle rockers. That's my biggest problem, and that's what causes a majority of the issues in my opinion. There's a left and a right there, up and a down, but there's no tilt side to side, and that's where you need that kind of stability for her. Definitely, in my opinion, where the issue lies. But I mean, look at that sculpt. That is beautiful. I don't think anybody can deny that. That's absolutely sensational. Let's just pop her down. Other accessories we get two kind of open palm like positions, and then we get a trigger finger and a kind of spread hand. We get two gripping hands there so we could hold weapons, and then we've got alternative faceplates there, screaming, angry and laughing, which I think is actually probably the most terrifying. And last but not least, we get a small adapter which allows us to put the weapons all kind of in there, so we can have 4 in there at a time. Now to give you an idea of how she scales, personally I see her as MP scale. Obviously Bingo Toys have previously given us the likes of that gorgeous Shockwave, who's designed to be kind of a MPM scale movieverse figure. I don't think she's really meant to fit in with that kind of size and aesthetic. I mean, I can see there's kind of a Cybertronian look to her, but personally I do think she's more akin to the rest of the kind of G1 continuity. I mean, she is kind of a Titan whisperer, isn't she? So I can see her being big and powerful, and especially if you have her alongside the likes of the Fans Toys version of RC, then the height difference is kind of barely noticeable. So I guess the more fembots we get, we'll see kind of where she really fits in. But personally, she's definitely got that MP look to her. She's been made to an exceptionally high standard. A very good combination of die cast and plastics, very good paint applications, and she looks sublime. What do you think? Do you think she could fit in with the rest of the MPs? Because I had them on my desk. See, I think personally that's a very workable scale. Right, now let's get up close and personal and enjoy the finer details of the figure. Look at how incredible she looks. I mean, I love the fact that these move as well. Look, it's that geisha look to her. Turbines are all painted up. Absolutely sublime. Articulation, head, left, right, up and down, tilts side to side. Some hindrance by this neck wing piece. We've got ball mounted shoulders with movable hinges on those shoulder pads, can bring it up, down. There's a rotation in there. There's a double jointed bend on the elbows. Ball mounted wrists. There's a pivot on the wrist as well. Waist can rotate left and right, crunch up and down. Some hindrance with the backpack piece here. Hip skirts can be raised, legs can come forwards. Just look at the angle though. These kind of rotate and then hinge inwards. It's a very odd setup, so that can come out and then it unplugs. So you really want it to kind of come out straight, but you can't do that. So you have to kind of bring it up and rotate the leg inwards to get full range. We can come out to the side, detach for transformation. There is an upper thigh rotation. There's a bend at 2 points on that knee. Come down, covers all off nicely. There is a shin bend as well, very unnatural looking one. And as previously mentioned, there is up and down and some left and right on those heels and ankles. There's an additional hinge on the heel itself, allowing that to collapse, but there is no ankle rocker, which is disappointing. I think it really kind of needs that just to set it off. We do have rotation on these backpacks that can come out in, rotate. These can all disengage and come out as well, and then to lock them into place, just push them and they tab into this section here. Just look at the metallic paint on that though. Gorgeous. Now, I mean, there's definitely some kind of over sexualization with this figure, but we've seen kind of a big push for that in recent years where they do the fembots. I mean, they gave them squidgy breasts at one point, which is a bit Windblade isn't as bad. I mean, she's got these kind of anime tropes where we can do like the heart finger configurations, and there's the kind of like the flicking fingers as well, and she's able to strut. There's a little bit more junk in her Cybertronian trunk than is kind of comic book accurate, but all in all it is still a very noticeably nice Windblade. You know, she is Windblade through and through. There's no questioning that. I think the sculpt on this actually looks better than the likes of the Flame Toys one, for example. It looks kind of more adult, I guess, like she's grown up a little bit more. But yeah, really loving what they've done. I've just joined the two stand pieces together there so I can get her in kind of this kind of more charging, dynamic looking pose. I swapped out the angry face as well. It's literally a matter of getting underneath the chin and just popping this section out, but she's exquisite. And like I said, I'm definitely not sure about some of these faces. I mean, her looks more creepy than the angry face, I think, but we have options. Right, now let's get her transformed up. I've removed the sabers from her wings. I think you can kind of keep them in, it's just a little bit more aggro than what it's worth. So we want to move this chest panel piece forwards, and this tab here is going to drop down. Her head is going to lift up onto this peg, and the whole backpack section itself is then going to detach and lift up. Make sure this joint comes out at a right angle, like so, so it's flat, and then the head is going to collapse down like this, so it's out of the way. And then this is on a rotating hinge. We're going to rotate this all the way around like so, and then we can just push and collapse this joint down, and this is going to come back up like so, and that should tab in like that. These sections on the wings are going to open up, and these are going to come down and around to the sides. So we go down and around to the sides. These wings drop down on this hinge, bring them down like so. There's a void between the head and the mask. That's going to act as a location for these sections here to slide outwards. Fist will then bend at the wrist like so, come in, and that's going to slide and locate at the back section like so, giving the arm somewhere to go. Come around to the bottom here. These sections here are going to open up, and that's going to open up like this. We then bend the leg, this bends over, this rotates, ankles rotate, feet go in, and basically this is going to coming in like this, and that's going to slide in. Oop, there we go, let's try again. This comes in, that's then going to slide in like so. That's in, and then this can then push and close up like this, close up like this. That can straighten up, that can straighten up. We have landing gear at the front. There we go, that can come down like this. We have a canopy which can also be open, but things like this, they're very, very fiddly. They can actually open, but I just cannot for the life of me get my hands in there pop that one in and pull that back so it can stay in. But we do get options. We can still add the daggers and knives in, so they can be jettisoned from kind of like these sections here. They can come all the way around and plug in. Personally, I think it looks a lot nicer without those on. In vehicle mode, I kind of save those for her bot form. Let's just compress these to tidy up the shoulders. I mean, it's a folded robot, isn't it? I mean, there's clearly a torso there and everything's kind of folded over. But, you know, bring the wheels down, bring the wheels down. She does what she needs to. It's a fairly nice looking alt mode. It's not horrendous. It's a shame I can't actually get in to a lot of these positions. I just can't. I don't have any nails, you see. Don't know if I can get in there with my Lego tool. No, it's not even enough leverage for that. But yes, that is the very gorgeous Windblade in her alt mode. Never going to store it like that, like ever. This is always going to be stored in bot mode, because the bot mode is absolutely sublime. I absolutely adore it. But the option is definitely there for you if you wish. Huge thanks to Shozi for making this video possible. Highly recommend checking out the site and check out the sale. It's up and coming. There's a lot going on the site at the moment. Make sure you check it out. And thank you all very much for being patient with my content. It's slowly going to be filtering out, slowly but surely, but we will get there eventually. If you look, you've got this. You can use the stands in her jet mode as well. They just slide in where there's a hole inside there, and that can come in, and then you can just have it like that, or you can attach it via this section. You can double it up. There's various different options, but it just fits inside that chest area. Not a huge fan of these stands. Seem better. But the figure itself, I adore it. Do you already have it? You're planning on getting it? What other fembots should we get? I think like Chroma and stuff like that. Let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, for myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.